The following is a presentation of KBTC Profiles.
The National Association of Buffalo Soldiers Troopers Motorcycle Club was actually started in 1993 by our founder, Kenneth Thomas. Kenneth Thomas is also known as Dreammaker, and he is a retired Chicago police officer. What he wanted to do was, with my love of riding motorcycles, how do I affect more people in my community? From then on, he started a small riding group there in Chicago, and as their community outreach and things that they were trying to do for the community grew, it later on flourished and became the Buffalo Soldiers and Troopers Motorcycle Club as we know it today. The Buffalo Soldiers are 4 regiments that were signed into law in 1863. These men were freedmen, these men were former slaves. Most African Americans at the time viewed joining the Army as a way to vindicate or prove themselves as men. Buffalo Soldiers were given some of those tasks that the regular Army soldiers either didn't want to do or were not asked to do. Through that adversity, this was the opportunity to prove that they could do it. The spirit of the Buffalo Soldier is twofold. First of all, it was a tenacious fighting spirit because most of them felt instead of having an entire platoon, sometimes they were given missions and it was just maybe 2 or 3 people, 2 or 3 soldiers that were asked to do these jobs. The other side of it is the Buffalo Soldiers as a whole were successful because of the officers that were appointed over them and provided them the opportunities to be able to go out and prove themselves as equal as the other men that were wearing a uniform. And when they did this, they were doing it with inferior equipment, inferior horses, and in some of the harshest conditions. When we went into World War I, the American Army, even though they were colored soldiers and they were Americans, our country didn't even want them to fight on behalf of our country in France. We were pawned off to the French army, to the British army. Moving into World War II, they were part of one of the largest amphibious invasions when they invaded Italy, and they were part of that. We have a very rich heritage of what Buffalo Soldiers stand for. As most African Americans, we don't have the luxury to say where we came from and what our lineage is. So what we're trying to do today is make sure that legacy of what we stand for, we have a lot to be proud of. And even though we can't go back and change the things that have happened to us in the past, let's understand the sacrifices that have been made before us, and let's use that as a positive force to go forward today.
The Buffalo Soldier Motorcycle Club is unique, number one, because of our mission and what it is that we want to do. We are the only club here that allows for females to be full patch members as opposed to just an associate. So I think that pretty much stands us out. You won't see any other females riding around out here with a full patch member just as our male counterparts.
We pride ourselves in community service. We pride ourselves in riding our motorcycles. We pride ourselves in setting people on a better path.
It's about making sure we provide the youth with positive role models. It's about giving back to the community. It's about, if you're going to reach your hand down to someone, it's because you're going to pick them up. We want to be in the community to show them, you know what? If you go to school and you get an education and you do the right thing by people, you'll be able to be the person that gets to give back to the community for people that are less fortunate than you. We're building on the legacy of never quit. Dream big, because you can make it happen. With everything the Buffalo Soldiers did for this country, I want them to be remembered. I don't want them to ever be forgotten because they kept at it. They believed in it. It had to be better. It had to get better. And they were willing to be part of that solution.
It doesn't matter where you come from, okay, and what your walk of life is. We're trying to show you that based on all these insurmountable odds that they may seem like they are in front of you, that you can do it. Everyone doesn't get the same opportunity, but the opportunity that you get, let's make the best out of it and let's move forward with that opportunity. I think the legacy that I want to leave behind is, you know, when you hear that cavalry charge, I want you to think about that and feel us coming down the road as a stampede of buffaloes, that the earth is rumbling a little bit, and we're coming and we're on the way. And we are coming to make a difference. We're coming to educate. We're coming to make a difference in our community. We're coming to set an example, and we're going to show an example of brotherhood, sisterhood, bringing our community together. I think that if there's something I want to leave behind, it's going to be that. We can do it all, okay? We got to work together. One club, one patch, one mindset.
Funding for this edition of KBTC Profiles provided by the KBTC Association.
KBTC Profiles are available at kbtc.org.